Big news has arrived for the Gunners. Want all the details? Then follow me until the end of the video. But first, if you love Arsenal, show some love. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. Here, we post daily news and behind-the-scenes footage from the Premier League's biggest club. Piero Hincapié sends a strong message to Arsenal starters as Arteta faces a selection dilemma. Arsenal's new defensive signing, Piero Hincapié, couldn't have timed his statement performance any better. Just hours after being labelled as one of the more overlooked additions to the squad during the international break by Football.London, the Ecuadorian defender delivered a stunning reminder of exactly why the Gunners signed him, and why he may soon be impossible to ignore. In the early hours of Wednesday morning, Hincapié played a key role in Ecuador's impressive 1-0 victory over world champions Argentina, registering yet another clean sheet, his second in as many matches during this break. But this time, it wasn't just about solid defending. It was about adaptability, leadership, and raw determination. From centre-back to left-back, Hincapié proves his versatility. After a commanding performance at centre-back against Paraguay, Hincapié was shifted to left-back to face Argentina. No small task considering he was up against the dangerous duo of Gonzalo Montiel and Giuliano Simeone down the right flank. But Hincapié didn't just hold his ground, he dominated. He ended the match leading his team in interceptions, 2, ball recoveries, 5, and total defensive actions, 9. Not a single Argentine player managed to dribble past him. His positional awareness, intelligent pressing, and calm under pressure were vital in shutting down Argentina's right-sided attacks, and helping Ecuador secure a crucial win. His contributions were even more impressive considering Ecuador played with 10 men for nearly the entire second half, after Moises Caicedo was sent off following a red card to Argentina's Nicolas Otamendi that leveled the playing field. Hincapié's defensive poise helped Ecuador weather the storm, and even push forward with overlapping runs that stretched Argentina's shape and relieved pressure. More than just a win, a statement. This result wasn't just about 3 points. It propelled Ecuador to second place in the South American standings, leapfrogging giants like Brazil, Uruguay, and Colombia. It also all but secured their spot in the next FIFA World Cup, and Hincapié was central to that success. Still just 22, the Arsenal man is now part of a golden generation in Ecuadorian football. But perhaps more importantly for Gunners fans, he's proving that he didn't come to London just to fill out the squad. Hincapié is here to compete, not just participate. With performances like these, Hincapié is sending a loud and clear message to Gabriel Magalhães, Ricardo Calafiori, and even young prospects like Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's ready to start, and ready to stay. In just 2 international games, he's shown he can thrive in 2 different positions against high-level opposition. His tactical flexibility, composure under pressure, and defensive intelligence give Mikel Arteta a new dimension, and perhaps even a new headache. Arteta must embrace the challenge. With a packed schedule on the horizon, domestic competitions, Champions League group stages, and potential injuries looming, Arteta will need to rotate intelligently and make bold decisions when necessary. Hincapié's form demands attention, and Arsenal must capitalize on it. It's no longer just about depth. It's about competition. The kind of healthy competition that breeds champions. The road ahead. As Arsenal prepare to face Nottingham Forest in their return to Premier League action, all eyes will be on Arteta's lineup. Does he stick with the familiar, or does he reward form over reputation? One thing is certain, Piero Hincapié has made his case. Not with words, but with performances that speak volumes. And if he continues on this path, it won't be long before he's not just knocking on the door at Arsenal, he's walking straight through it. Piero Hincapié sends a clear message to Arsenal as selection pressure mounts for Arteta. Just when it seemed like Piero Hincapié's arrival at Arsenal had flown under the radar during the international break, the Ecuadorian defender delivered 2 powerful performances that may force Mikel Arteta to rethink his defensive plans. Only hours after suggestions that his signing was being overshadowed, Hincapié stepped onto the pitch and helped Ecuador defeat reigning world champions Argentina with a composed and dominant defensive display. It was his second consecutive clean sheet of the break, this time, not from his usual position at centre-back, but from the left-back role, where he was tasked with shutting down some of Argentina's most dangerous players. A masterclass in versatility and composure. In a match where Ecuador played much of the second half with only 10 men, Hincapié was a standout. Lining up against Gonzalo Montiel and Giuliano Simeone, he held his ground defensively and made his presence known going forward. He led the team in interceptions, 2, recoveries, 5, and total defensive actions, 9, and was not dribbled past once. What made his performance even more impressive was the balance he found between defending and joining the attack. On several occasions, he overlapped the winger on his side, providing extra width and forcing Argentina to adjust. One of his highlights came with a perfectly timed sliding block inside the box to deny what looked like a clear opportunity. With this win, Ecuador climbed to second place in the South American World Cup qualifying table, leapfrogging traditional powerhouses like Brazil, Colombia, and Uruguay. And Hincapie was right at the heart of it all. A wake-up call for Arsenal's defensive core. For Arsenal, Hincapie's performances abroad are more than just good news, they're a warning shot. With established players like Gabriel Magalhães and Ricardo Calafiori already fighting for minutes, the Ecuadorian defender's international form raises real questions about who deserves to start. Hincapie didn't arrive in North London to sit on the bench. In just 2 games, he's shown he can operate confidently in 2 different positions, against top-tier opponents, and in high-pressure environments. His confidence, composure, and ability to adapt make him a serious contender for regular minutes in Arteta's rotation. Arteta's selection dilemma. These performances now give Mikel Arteta a genuine selection headache, but it's the kind of dilemma every manager hopes for. With a deep squad and a congested fixture list ahead, including the Premier League, Champions League, and domestic cups, squad rotation will be essential. Hincapie's readiness to step in, whether as a left-back or centre-back, adds critical depth and flexibility. But beyond tactics, Hincapie's performances send a strong message about mindset. He's not here to adapt slowly or wait for opportunities to fall in his lap. He's already showing that he's prepared, confident, and eager to make an impact. A new chapter for Hincapie, and for Arsenal. As the Gunners prepare to return to Premier League action against Nottingham Forest, there's growing belief that Hincapie has already earned the right to be more than just a squad player. His performances on the international stage have placed him firmly in the spotlight, and if he maintains this level, it's only a matter of time before he becomes a fixture in Arsenal's starting 11. For now, though, one thing is clear: Piero Hincapie has arrived. And he's ready to challenge, compete, and lead. Arsenal stars shine on international duty as break ends with momentum. By Admin Martin. The international break may be over, but several Arsenal players made sure to leave a lasting impression while representing their countries, highlighting just how far the club's influence has reached across global football. From senior national squads to youth levels, the Gunners were well represented in Europe and South America, with performances that not only showcased individual brilliance but also reflected the club's growing stature under Mikel Arteta. A sign of progress at the Emirates. The number of Arsenal players consistently called up for international duty is no coincidence. It's a clear reflection of the quality Arteta has built within his squad, and a testament to the developmental work happening behind the scenes. From established names to emerging talents, Arsenal's global footprint continues to grow. Standout performances across Europe. According to Arsenal media, Declan Rice played a key role in England's dominant win over Serbia, recording 2 assists and showing once again why he's one of the most complete midfielders in the game. Noni Madueke also impressed in that same match, finding the back of the net and strengthening his international credentials. While Eberechi Eze and Miles Lewis-Skelly remained unused substitutes, their call-ups speak volumes about the trust their national team coaches have in their abilities. Meanwhile, Martin Degaard delivered a captain's performance for Norway, guiding his country to an emphatic 11-1 win over Moldova with 2 assists and a goal of his own. His vision, leadership, and relentless work ethic were on full display. In the same qualifying group, Ricardo Calafiori was on the bench for Italy's win over Israel. Though unused, his presence within the squad once again highlighted the depth and quality of Arsenal's international talent pool. South American representation. Hincapie impresses again. Across the Atlantic, Piero Hincapie played a full 90 minutes in Ecuador's stunning 1-0 win over world champions Argentina. The defender was instrumental in securing a clean sheet, capping off a remarkable qualifying campaign in which Ecuador earned 28 points and conceded just 5 goals in 18 matches, a defensive record that speaks for itself. On the flip side, Brazil suffered a setback against Bolivia. Both Gabriel Magalhães and Gabriel Martinelli remained on the bench, but their continued inclusion in the squad shows they remain key figures in Brazil's long-term plans. No injuries. Full focus ahead. Perhaps the most encouraging news for Arsenal fans is that all players appear to be returning to North London injury-free. That means Mikel Arteta will have a full-strength squad available as the club resumes its campaign in domestic and European competitions. Momentum heading into the business end of the season. Arsenal's widespread representation on the international stage underlines one thing: This is a squad filled with players trusted at the highest levels of the game. And when those same players come back in form, full of confidence, it creates a ripple effect throughout the club. As the Gunners gear up for a critical stretch of the season, the momentum built over the international break could prove to be the extra edge they need in their pursuit of silverware. Arsenal stars shine on international duty as club looks ahead with renewed momentum. As the international break comes to a close, Arsenal fans have every reason to feel encouraged. Many of the club's key players delivered standout performances for their countries, underlining not only their individual quality but also the club's growing global influence. From youth internationals to senior leaders, Arsenal's presence on the world stage is no longer occasional, it's expected. And it speaks volumes about the work being done behind the scenes at London Coney. European standouts drive momentum. Midfielder Declan Rice was instrumental in England's commanding win over Serbia, contributing 2 assists and controlling the midfield with maturity. Noni Madueke also made a strong impression, getting on the score sheet and showing the flair that's quickly turning heads at the international level. While Eberechi Eze and Miles Lewis-Skelly didn't feature in that match, their call-ups highlight the trust coaches have in the depth of Arsenal's talent pool. Elsewhere in Europe, Martin Degaard delivered a captain's performance in Norway's astonishing 11-1 win over Moldova. With 2 assists and a goal, he showcased the intelligence and leadership that make him so vital to both club and country. Meanwhile, Riccardo Calafiori, though unused in Italy's win over Israel, continues to be part of a growing list of Arsenal players involved at the highest levels of international competition. South American resilience and defensive promise. In South America, Piero Hincapié played the full 90 minutes as Ecuador pulled off a gritty 1-0 win over Argentina. He was rock solid at left-back, recording the most interceptions, recoveries, and defensive actions of any player on the pitch. Ecuador, despite going down to 10 men, managed to hold on and secure second place in World Cup qualifying, with Hincapié playing a key role throughout the campaign. In contrast, Gabriel Magalhães and Gabriel Martinelli didn't see action in Brazil's defeat to Bolivia, though their continued selection speaks to the squad depth Brazil is working with, and Arsenal's involvement in it. Injuries and return to club duties. One point of concern was the late injury to William Saliba, who reportedly picked up an ankle issue before the Liverpool clash. While the full extent is still being monitored, early indications suggest he may miss a few weeks of action. Fortunately for Arsenal, the squad is deeper than in recent seasons, with players like Ben White, Jakub Kiwior, and the ever-versatile Hincapié ready to step in if needed. Crucially, no other major injuries were reported during the break, and most players are returning fully fit. That's a huge boost as Arsenal prepares for a packed domestic and European schedule. The bigger picture, Arsenal's global rise. The regular involvement of Arsenal players in international fixtures reflects a club that has truly re-established itself among Europe's elite. Young players are breaking through. Senior players are leading. And most importantly, the experience and form gained during the break could fuel Arsenal's pursuit of trophies in the coming months. Whether it's the vision of Degaard, the strength of Rice, the fire of Madueke, or the defensive maturity of Hincapié, Arsenal returns to domestic play with a squad that's more tested, more confident, and more united than ever.